Hello everybody, Smiling Sun Cake here.
Hello, Chugga.
And this is Pokemon Wi-Fi Battle number 4 against the Killer Nacho. Yeah, that's right, the Killer Nacho.
Killer Nacho, great guy, one of the most sub guys that does Pokemon on YouTube. Definitely go check him out if you have not, if you're interested in Pokemon at all. Alright, so this is a standard OU match, 5th gen. He's going to lead off with a Latios. I'm going to lead off with a Victini. Going to predict the Dragon move of some kind and switch into my Bronzong. I'm especially a defensive Bronzong, so I'm thinking that the Draco Meteor is probably specs looking at that damage, but that's just something I'm keeping in the back of my mind. And the fact that he's switching out and not going for HP Fire also makes me think so. I'm going to double switch back into Victini because I know whatever he switches into probably won't be able to handle Victini. This is a special Victini because a lot of people like to run V-Create, so they think it's physical. I'm going to go for the Grass Knot because this guy's actually part ground. He's a ground ghost. He's going to go for the Earthquake. I knew I could live any one hit because I do carry the Focus Sash on this guy. I don't know why I really have it. I really should put like a Life Orb or something on it. But anyway, so he's going to switch back into his Latios. I'm going to predict some kind of switch and go for the Fire Blast because I know that'll even kill the Golurk at the current HP. I was kind of hoping for the burn for some residual damage, but, you know, whatever. I'm going to predict the Draco Meteor again, but he's going to predict this switch into something that isn't my Bronzong and go for the Psyshock. Psyshock is an interesting move. It's a special attack that actually damages based on their physical defense, but I quad resist Psychic, so I'm going to take that very well. Going to predict this switch and go for the Payback. I knew it would hurt Latios anyway if he stayed in it. I figured he was choiced in some way, so I figured he'd switch into this Golurk. It actually doesn't kill, leaves him at 5 HP, which is actually really unfortunate. I'm going to switch into my Physical Wall Gliscor to take any sort of physical hit that he can throw at me, of which is the Hammer Arm. I'm thinking he's some kind of choiced at this point, which I think he ends up being Banded, I think, or Expert something of that kind. I know Knockoff's going to either kill him or knock off whatever comes in, knock off their item. He goes into a Ferrothorn, knock off its leftovers, which is actually really key. Ferrothorn is one of the, if not the bulkiest Pokemon in the game. It's most used. As I switch into Tentacruel, he's going to lay up Stealth Rocks. I was actually predicting the Leech Seed. But I also knew I could Rapid Spin. I'm going to predict the switch and the Golurk. Actually, no, I'm going to put up the Toxic Spikes, hoping he stays in, so then once the Golurk comes in, it dies to the poison. And I also didn't want to Rapid Spin just in case he went into this guy. I'm going to go into Gliscor again, predicting any sort of physical move. Yes, he is Choice Banded. I just remembered. He was talking about it in his narration. Go to Gliscor, predicting any physical hit again. I know he's going to have to switch, so I'm going to go for the Knockoff again. He goes into his Metagross. And at this point, I'm thinking maybe Agilagross, maybe some, I'm thinking Special Gross, because that's running around everywhere, and then he shows me Rock Polish. Now, this kind of confused me, because not only do most people just run Agility, which is practically the same thing, but, I wasn't really sure what he would have. I was thinking Meteor Mash, Earthquake, and Thunder Punch or Ice Punch, so he does have the Thunder Punch, which I just wanted to check. I carry Earthquake, because you're going to see what kind of set it is in a bit. I actually do really like this Bronzong. It's meant for Reuniclus, and, for Excadrill, to wall them for days and EQ the Excadrill and pay back the Reuniclus. So he's going to go into his Gyarados. I'm going to predict him to keep just attacking me, so I'm going to go for the Rest, because this is a Rest-talking Bronzong. At this point, I was kind of scared, because my only real physical wall is my Gliscor. My Gliscor's weak to water, which is Gyarados' Stab. At this point, I figure after he gets +1 from his Dragon Dance, I figure since I'm so bulky, because I'm not the standard max HP, max attack, or max speed or whatever. I'm max defense, max HP. I know I can live, but he gets the 10% flinch. I was going for the Toxic. That actually doesn't end up mattering, as you're going to see on the next turn after this. He ends up taking me out with Waterfall, which is fine. He gets a crit, which is actually pretty funny. So I'm going to go into my Terrakion. My Terrakion is Scarf, so even though he's at +1, I'm still going to be able to outspeed, go for the Stone Edge, and it's going to be a clean 1-hit KO on the Gyarados, which is absolutely huge for me. If I didn't kill him there, I wouldn't have been able to kill him at all, period. So I really needed that to hit, and it did, and I'm very, very happy that Gyarados is out of the way. He's going to go into his own Terrakion, which I'm thinking is Scarfed as well. I'm going to go into Victinia's Death Fodder just to see what he locks himself into, but instead he goes for the Swords Dance. Now, he talked about this being a Swords Dancing Rock Polishing set, which is actually very interesting. So I'm going to go back into my Terrakion, of which is Scarfed. I'm going to go for the obvious close combat. No reason to overpredict right now. This guy's weak to fighting. His what's it called? His Ferrothorn is also weak to fighting. So I'm just going to go for the close combat. I know if he switches in his Golurk that I'll die from the poison on entry, so I wasn't too worried about it. I know he's going to go into Latios now, so I'm going to make the obvious play, which I probably shouldn't have done, although looking at it... actually, no, that was actually the best play I could have done. He actually goes for the Trick. Now, I was predicting that he'd have Psyshock, Draco Meteor, Grass Knot, or Dragon Pulse, and Hidden Power Fire. He ends up not having Hidden Power Fire, I think, because he just used Draco Meteor. He has Trick. I'm not quite sure, actually. I assume he has HP Fire, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to go for the Sleep Talk, because that's all I can really do. The way 5th Gen works is the rest turns reset when you leave battle and enter back. So that's actually quite unfortunate for me. So I'm going to predict the Leech Seed again. And go into Tentacruel, just do the obvious play. The more you get into a battle, the more you want to keep doing the obvious plays. That's what I think, because they're going to predict you to overpredict. I have the Liquid Ooze ability, so instead of gaining health, he loses health from the Leech Seed. So I kind of want to stay in for as long as I can. I was going to go for the Rapid Spin, but I predicted him to go into his Latios, predicting like the second layer of Toxic Spike or something of that sort. So he's still getting the Liquid Ooze damage. I'm going to switch out now, predicting the Earthquake, and go into Bronzong. He's going to go for the Thunder Punch, knowing it'll hit anything on my team, because I don't think I have a ground type. Gliscor's dead, so I don't have a ground type anymore. He's going to switch into Terrakion as I go for the Sleep Talk, because... No, I don't go for the Sleep Talk. I double switch into Terrakion, knowing that I can Scarf and smack something on his team really hard, which actually was probably one of the best plays in the match by me. I'm going to go for the obvious close combat, because I actually want to know how much it's going to do to a standard Latios. So I'm going to go for the close combat. It's Stab, Max Attack, Adamant, and it does a relatively good chunk. I know it won't kill... But, you know, I'm going to switch out because I know I need this Terrakion alive. It's my only chance of killing his own Terrakion. So, I'm going to switch into Bronzong, make the obvious play, predicting the Psyshock. And, oh, that's right, he has Psyshock. Psyshock, Draco Meteor, Trick, and then I see Grass Knot, which is actually really surprising because that means he's usually walled by Steals. So, he's gonna go for the Draco Meteor. Try and get as much damage as he can. I'm gonna go for the Sleep Talk, hoping to get the payback. I think I get the Earthquake. Yeah. He has Levitate, so that doesn't end up working. So now he's gonna go for another Draco Meteor. I believe this doesn't. Yeah, this doesn't take me out. I'm gonna go for the Sleep Talk again, hoping that I get the payback, but I think I get the Earthquake again. Yeah, I get the Earthquake again, which is very unfortunate for me. 33% chance of getting either Rest, Earthquake, or Payback. So, now, I'm going to switch into Tentacruel, knowing I can take a Draco Meteor at, I think, -4 special attack now. I know even if he goes for the Grass Knot or the Psyshock... Actually, I know I might die from the Psyshock, but I think he switches out. He's going to go into his Ferrothorn, and I'm going to go for the Ice Beam, hoping he stays in just to finish it off, because that's the last main counter to my Terrakion from using Close Combat and just annihilating the rest of his team. I'm going to go back into Bronzong to take basically his Death Fodder. I was actually kind of predicting like the Leech Seed or something, but in any case, I'm now going to go out to my Denchura, which was really stupid. I kind of thought that Terrakion wouldn't be able to kill at this range, and I knew I needed Terrakion to win this game, so I predict the Leech Seed, I predict the Switch, and I go for the sub. I realize he's just probably going to go for the Gyro Ball. I'm going to go for the Bug Buzz just to make sure that Terrakion's going to kill, because I figure this is a physically bulky Ferrothorn. So, my Galvantula, I think I said Denchura earlier, but my Galvantula, because that's the Japanese name, my Galvantula ends up dying for almost no purpose. But now I know that for sure it's going to die to a close combat, so, and I know if he switches in Latios, it can't take 2 close combats, so I figure he's just going to leave it in. No reason to really overpredict at this point. So he's going to And he's gonna go for I think the Psyshock? No, he's gonna go for the Grass Knot, which hits both Tentacruel and Terrakion. And neutral on Tentacruel, super effective on Terrakion. I know I'm gonna die to a Psyshock, but I have nothing that can handle this this Latios at this point. Gets a crit, useless crit. So I think I'm down to my last guy, which is Terrakion. Yeah, I'm down to my last guy, which is Terrakion. And I'm going to end up going for I think I locked myself into X-Scissor, which I probably should have locked myself into Close Combat. So, yeah, I'm going to end up going for the X-Scissor. I'm Scarf, so I'm going to outspeed and finish off his Metagross. But since I'm locked into X-Scissor, I'm not going to be able to touch his own Terrakion. Going to go for the X-Scissor because I'm Scarfed and he's not. It's only going to do minuscule, probably like 40 damage. Yeah, about 40 damage, and he's just going to take me out with Close Combat. So, great game, KillerNacho. Definitely a pleasure to fight you. Definitely would like a rematch at some point. That'd be very, I want to see if I can do any better. That was a System of a Down theme team for anybody wondering. Again, thank you, KillerNacho, for the battle. See you guys next time for some more Pokemon battles, alright?
Yeah, and big thanks to KillerNacho. God, what a great YouTube. What do you think about that, Nelly?
Woo!
Alright, so that's number 4. Next time we have someone to screen record off of, we'll get it up weekends, all that good stuff. And we'll see you guys next time.
See you guys next time.
Later, hoes.
Later, guys.
Oh, yeah, Nellie's here.
Later.
Later.